Hi, my name is Manda McKay. I'm a professional artist, and I'm going to be giving you creativity tips that will help you whatever your level of expertise. Um, Now, today I'm going to talk about a tip that I know that you've all heard before, and it's something that I think is actually a very useless tip, but I'm going to tell you how you can make it into something useful after all. So this tip that I know that we've all heard before is think outside the box. Okay, I know you've heard that even if you've never tried to do anything creative in your life. And really, what does that tip even mean? I mean, basically, it's just saying be creative. It's just saying think of something that nobody else could possibly think of. And okay, that's great, but how? You're not telling me how I'm supposed to accomplish this. So I'm going to show you how you can actually make this tip work for you by simply having a bigger box that you're going to think inside of. Now, I read this article years ago that was actually supposed to be promoting the concept of thinking outside the box, and to me it does the exact opposite. So, supposedly, there was some microscopic anatomical feature, and scientists could not figure out what its function was. And according to the story, an engineer happened to walk into the room, see what they were working on, recognize that it looked like some random engineering thing, and said, well, maybe it has the same function. And it turns out it did, so he solved the problem. So this article was saying this is a perfect example of why you need to think outside the box. But can you see what's actually wrong with the story? The engineer wasn't thinking outside the box at all. He was an engineer looking at things from an engineer's perspective, so he was actually thinking within his engineering box. It just happened to be a different box than what the scientists were thinking in. So I think it just proves if there is such a thing as a box, you're going to most likely be stuck within your own box. And so what you have to do to make this work for you is just expand the box so that you have more things to influence your creativity. So how do you do that? Well, the first thing I would say is to start with your artistic influences. Let's say that you're a painter. Who's your artistic influence? Okay, pretend that it's Picasso. So start with Picasso and you see who influenced and inspired Picasso. Who inspired him to become who he did later become. And then go in the opposite direction. Who did Picasso influence himself? Who found Picasso to be inspiring? And hopefully this will take you down some rabbit holes that will be of interest to you and very helpful, because if Picasso is one of your influences, then most likely looking around to what came before and after him is going to help inspire you because it's already going to be a field of art that you're interested in. Now, another thing that you can do to, again, help expand your box is to pick a different field of creativity. So in this case, if you're a painter, you would probably, okay, maybe you could think of a songwriter. So who would be a songwriter that inspires you, even though you're not planning to write any songs yourself, but just this is something that, there's somebody who inspires you, and maybe if you were to write songs, you wish you could write songs like this person did. And you do the same process where you look into, okay, well, what inspired this person, and then who do they in turn inspire? And again, this will hopefully be basically just giving you more things, an interesting rabbit hole to go down, and just more things that will be kind of peripheral, at least, to the sort of thing that you're interested in. And then you want to take it even beyond that to make as big of a box as possible and learn about things that really have nothing to do with whatever your creative hobby or whatever your artistic field is. And if you're one of those people who just likes to learn anything and everything, then that's going to serve you really well for this, because you're going to have all sorts of a variety of things to draw from, and making your box that you're thinking within a very big box. Now, if you aren't somebody who just wants to learn anything that there is to learn, then just come up with a couple of different things that interest you that are completely unrelated to art. Maybe you like cars, maybe you're into history, maybe travel. And try to just go down some rabbit holes of things that interest you in those fields. And of course, the beauty of it is that if these are things that you're really interested in and not just learning about because you think that you need to, they're probably going to influence you on some level anyway. You know, like if travel, if you're inspired by the Grand Canyon, then maybe that sense of majesty and awe is something that's going to help inspire your artwork or your songwriting or whatever it is that you do. So again, you just want to make that box as big as possible, because if there really is such a thing as a box, you're probably not going to really be thinking outside of it. So you just want to make it as big as possible so that when you're thinking about anything creative inside your box, you just have that much more room to work with. So I hope you found this tip helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And again, my name is Manda McKay, and thanks again for watching.